You think your enemies win because they are cunning, because they lie, because they manipulate. But what if I told you they win because of your honesty, yes, your sincerity, your integrity? Your noblest efforts are the very tools they sharpen against you. Would you still cling to your virtue if it meant enslavement? Would you still shout your truth if it echoed only in the chambers of your own downfall? I ask not for your agreement, but for your discomfort. Because that's where truth begins, not in your comfort zone, but in the deep black belly of paradox. Let us descend into the underworld of the psyche together. Let us name the 3 honest mistakes, not evil in appearance, but disastrous in consequence. Let us unravel the tragic beauty of self-betrayal. There is a quiet voice within you, so quiet that it's drowned out not by noise, but by virtue. This voice whispers when something feels wrong, when a glance lingers too long, when a deal seems too clean, when praise comes too easily. But you do not listen, you rationalize, you call it paranoia, pride, pessimism. This, dear listener, is your first mistake. You betray yourself in the name of being fair. It begins innocently. A colleague takes credit for your work. You tell yourself, it's not worth the conflict. A friend consistently interrupts you, dominating the conversation. You say, he probably doesn't mean it. A superior crosses a boundary. You excuse it. He's under pressure. Each act of silence is a prayer to your enemy. Each inner protest you silence is a contract, signed in your own blood, granting them power. But you say, I'm being compassionate, I'm being rational. No. You are not. You are abandoning your inner kingdom, brick by sacred brick, to the wolves at the gate. There is a paradox here. To be truly fair, you must first be fiercely loyal to yourself, and that loyalty requires teeth. For without it, you become prey dressed in the robes of virtue. Do not confuse cowardice for kindness. Do not dress fear in the silk of diplomacy. When you do, your enemies smell it. They taste it in the water before you even know you are bleeding. What is worse, to be misjudged for resisting, or to be consumed while smiling? Let us explore the second mistake, the illusion of righteousness. There is no lie more seductive than this. I am right, therefore I am safe. Righteousness is a fortress of mirrors. Each reflection shows you the best version of yourself. It tells you, you don't need to watch your back. You are the light. The darkness is out there. But light that denies the existence of shadow becomes blinding. Your enemies, ironically, do not make this mistake. They do not waste time proving they are good. They prove they are effective. They understand power. They understand timing. They understand masks. But you, in your pursuit of being better, forget to be wiser. You wield your truth like a candle in a hurricane and wonder why it keeps dying. Understand this. Your enemy does not need to defeat you with evil. He only needs to watch you defeat yourself with your own pride. Moral superiority is not strength. It is intoxication, and every drunk man is an easy target. While you preach from the hill, your adversary digs tunnels beneath you. He smiles at your sermons, applauds your declarations, because they reveal your defenses, your fears, your weakness for praise. And all the while, you believe you are winning the moral war. But war is not about who is good. War is about who understands the terrain, especially the terrain of the soul. The third mistake is the most tragic. It comes not from pride, but from longing, the longing to be seen, the need to be understood. You believe that if you are honest about your wounds, the world will offer you mercy. You think that confession will disarm hostility. But often it only arms the enemy. Vulnerability is holy. Yes, but holiness is not safety. Holiness is fire, not comfort. When you reveal your shame to one who has not earned your trust, you do not invite healing. You invite harvest. They harvest your pain, they study your story, they learn your soft spots, your fears, your cracks, and in time they press against them. not always cruelly, sometimes sweetly, with flattery, with sympathy. With control wrapped in care, you gave them the keys to your temple. They smiled, bowed, and burned it slowly. You ask, but shouldn't I be open? Shouldn't I be real? Yes, but discernment is not cynicism. You must not throw your soul into the sea and hope a priest finds it before a pirate does. Speak, but not everything. Trust, but not blindly. Reveal, but never forget what the darkness does with light when it is too eager to shine. The enemy waits not for your lies. He waits for your honesty, premature, unguarded, and bleeding. These three mistakes, betrayal of the self, pride in righteousness, and naive vulnerability, do not look like weakness. They look like strength. That is their curse. That is why they are so beloved by the pure-hearted and so useful to the cruel. But behind them is a deeper truth. Power does not belong to the loudest, the smartest, or even the most ruthless. It belongs to the most integrated. The man who knows his shadow does not fear the darkness of others. The one who has danced with his own demons does not flinch at the snarls of lesser beasts. Power begins not when you conquer others, but when you stop giving them the blueprint to conquer you. What then must be done? You must integrate. You must become whole. This is not the work of a day or a speech or a single awakening. It is the slow, painful art of knowing yourself completely, especially the parts you were taught to suppress. The rage, the envy, the cunning, the ambition, these are not sins. They are tools. Unexamined, they rule you from the shadows. Examined, they become weapons in your arsenal, not to destroy, but to defend. A fully integrated soul does not need to lie because it knows when to speak. It does not need to dominate because it is not secretly afraid of being crushed. It does not need to boast of its goodness because it has befriended its darkness. Such a soul is terrifying, not because it is evil, but because it cannot be manipulated by those who are. So I leave you not with comfort, but with command. Do not betray yourself to appear kind. Do not flaunt your virtue and call it power. Do not open your soul to those who have not bled beside you. Your enemies do not need your lies. They only need your misdirected truth. And that, my friends, is the most dangerous gift of all. But if you dare to know yourself, fully, ruthlessly, tenderly, you become the one thing no enemy can consume.